It's 2024, so let's talk about the goals that I'm setting for the year. Hello, fellow geeks, and welcome back to Running Geek Girl. My name is Heather, and I am glad you are here today. With it being the beginning of the year, a lot of people are talking about what their overall goals are for the year. And so I've been asked several times over different modes of social media, what are my goals, or do I have any goals for 2024? And really, the answer is kind of not really. Okay, let me explain. So I don't have what you would call maybe more traditional goals for my year as far as hitting a certain PR or running a certain race or anything like that. I know a lot of times what you have to do is you need to set what are called SMART goals, and that stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. And I really highly suggest that if you are kind of new to goal setting, especially as far as your fitness and your running and things like that. But I think I've been running long enough that getting myself out the door and getting myself out to do races and doing the work and doing the training is not really a problem anymore. It's just become part of my everyday life. And so since I don't really have specific goals that I'm looking for, then what exactly am I trying to do over the year of 2024? And I have narrowed it down to 5 different goals that I have for myself. Number 1 is to let race opportunities work themselves out. Now, obviously, if you've been following the channel, then you know that I have made it a goal to run a half marathon or longer in all 50 states. And obviously, I would love to cross more states off of that list. And obviously, I would like to push myself more. As you can see, my ultra marathons have gotten a little bit longer every year. But I need to keep in mind that I don't have to do a race just to check something off of my list. So I want to make sure that I am choosing races that are going to give me a new experience. And that way it's something I can really get excited about. And if I have done a race before and it's given me something positive, then I can always revisit that race again. I'm not going to feel bad about going back and doing a race for a second time, even though I may not do anything new with it, may not cross something else off my list. If I've had a positive experience with the race and I would like to see if I could repeat that positive experience, then I'm going to give it another chance. My second goal is to stay consistent. Now, if I don't have a race coming up super soon on the calendar, then I just want to make sure that I am running consistently so that if a race opportunity does present itself, I'll be ready to just tune up and charge into it. I've learned that keeping running on my everyday schedule, it keeps me happy, it keeps me sane, and it sets a good example for my kids. And so that's something that I want to do, is just to remain consistent with my running. My third goal is to make sure that I am taking care of everything around running. So at least once a month, I need to check in on myself on, am I getting enough sleep? Am I finding an injury? Am I finding a sickness? What is my nutrition like? Do I need to work more on strength? Do I need to work on mobility? So I need to make sure that I am setting aside time to check in with myself and keep in mind that running is more than the time that I'm spending on my feet. My fourth goal for the year is to participate in something that is giving me life. If it feels like a chore, then why am I doing it? Now, this doesn't mean that I'm not going to put in the work for my consistent training, but if I can't find enjoyment in the process, then I need to look at what is worth my time. I have spent a lot of time in the last year looking at my training plans and digging into how each individual piece of it fits into the bigger picture of the goal of what I want to achieve. So I can see where the benefits lie in a workout, but I don't need to feel pressured to 100% every single training plan. And I kind of blame the overachiever, straight A student in me, but if I need to drop a race because I need to focus more on just running for myself, then so be it, because I want running to be beneficial to my overall life and not just a burden that I'm dragging along with me as I'm trying to do everything else. And that brings me to my fifth goal of the year, which is to find joy. This is something that I've been signing off with a lot in some of my shorter videos. Find the joy in your run. And this doesn't mean I'm going to be super psyched and super excited to get out the door for every single run. I'm only human, and sometimes I just don't feel like it, especially when life keeps getting stacked up and I know if there's other things that I've got to deal with. But I am going to go out and find something that went well. Maybe I got to pet a dog. Maybe I ran negative splits today. Maybe I screwed up big, and looking back on it at the end of the workout, it kind of made me laugh how big I screwed up. There's got to be at least one thing that made me smile in every run, even if it's just the fact that I got it done. Maybe it wasn't pretty, but I finished. That's something. So while I know it's a lot more traditional to kind of pick a time goal for the year or pick a certain number of races that I'm going to do over the year, I just found that this spoke a lot more to me. And I really just want to focus on myself as a runner as opposed to what I'm doing, because let's face it, I am getting older and I am probably not going to get much faster than I am now. And that's just the way it is. I am able to run slowly over longer and longer distances. And so maybe I want to explore more of that. Maybe I want to find more time out on the trails, because again, that is an area that just brings me joy, is being out in the woods. As you can see, I'm just kind of looking at myself as a runner more so than my overall achievements as a runner, if that makes sense, because I think I'm at that season of my life where that makes a lot more sense to me. And so these are the things that I'm going to be focusing on over 2024. No shade and no disrespect to people who are specifically choosing time goals and races, because my hat is off to you. I love watching your journeys and your work and just the build up to those races. I truly enjoy experiencing those with you. I just feel like it's not something that I need in my running life right this minute. And who knows, halfway through the year, that could change. I may come up with a time goal that I want to reach, or maybe a specific race that I want to do. But as of the beginning of this year, this is just kind of the mindset that I'm coming from. So there you go. Those are my goals for the year 2024 as it stands right now. And I want to know from you, what are some of the things that you have set up for yourself this year? Did any of these goals resonate with you in any way? Why don't you let me know about that down in the comments below. While you're down there, make sure that you click the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything, and it keeps you up to date on all the running adventures I'm having all the time. You could also give this video a big thumbs up. Both of those get me out to more runners just like you. Don't forget, you can follow me on social media. All the links are down in the description. You can find me across all platforms under the name Running Geek Girl. Thank you so much for being here with me. I'm so glad you could join me. Remember to laugh hard, run fast, and be kind. I will see you later.